Okay, let's go ahead and get into what's going on. So last Saturday, I did an entire thing breaking down the majority of Trump's administration picks. Obviously, we're in the transition time where he's picking new people and whatnot. If you're here for Saturday or you watch the clip videos that I put out, you would realize that the new boss is the same as the old boss. Nothing's changed. He's not draining the swamp. He's picking people that go right along with the globalist agenda and stuff like that. I don't understand how nobody can figure this out. But we do have some breaking news. I've just been told that we got breaking news. Trump is announcing his final administration pick, and there it is. he's going full blown. He has selected the swamp thing itself to join his cabinet. Sorry, I saw that and I had to put it up there. People are going to get mad at me. I don't care. That's just how it goes. Have some fun with it, people, because he's picking swamp creatures for his things. So let's go ahead and go through some of these. Again, I'm not going to go through all of them. I haven't had time to go after all of them. I think he just 2 hours picked the agriculture lady, and it's not who I thought it was. So I had to X out who I thought it was going to be. So I don't have anything on the new Secretary of Agriculture. But let's go ahead and start with the one that I was waiting for. I already did the deep dive on him last Saturday because I was 99% positive he was going to pick this guy, and he did. So he picked Scott Bessent for Treasury Secretary. If you guys know anything about Scott Bessent, well, I'll just kind of give you a rundown. Scott Bessent worked for George Soros from 1991 to 2000, where he then received a $2 billion grant from George Soros himself to go start his own cryptocurrency hedge fund that he had going on. Then he came back to work for George Soros again from 2011 to 2015. Back in 1992, Scott Bessent, along with George Soros, helped crash the British pound, which is known as Black Wednesday. Yeah, you can go look up Black Wednesday and you'll read all about it. That was Scott Bessent and George Soros that did the big trade, which actually collapsed or crashed the British pound back then. Of course, I said Scott Bessent received $2 billion from George Soros to start his own hedge fund. Scott Bessent also founded All Seasons Press, which signed a whole bunch of MAGA authors to book contracts and then sued them afterwards. He's also received an endorsement from Lindsey Graham. If you receive an endorsement from Lindsey Graham, you're doing something wrong. He's also a homosexual. He's married to a man, and he's committing everyday child abuse to 2 children. I stand under the belief that any gay relationship with kids, that's child abuse. That's just how it goes. Scott Bessent also sits on the board of trustees for the Rockefeller University. So we got George Soros and we got Rockefeller. That's great. He also worked closely with Peter Soros, who is George Soros's nephew for many years, or he worked with Peter for many years. He worked with Peter Soros, who is George Soros's nephew. And Peter Soros was named directly to be a part of Epstein's trafficking organization. Now, does that mean it's guilty by association? I don't know. Just thought I'd throw it out there, though, because I came across that and I thought it was interesting. So, yeah, that was the one I was waiting for. And there it is. Trump picks Scott Bessent, Mr. Soros and Rockefeller man, to lead the Treasury. Great stuff. Again, live look at them announcing the new cabinet member. There it is. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Not sorry at all. It's just how it goes. All right, moving on. If you want to know more about Scott Bessent, head over to Saturday's show, and I break it down a little bit more over there. Let's see. Trump also chose Dr. I can't say this with a straight face. I just can't. Trump chose Dr. Oz for head of Medicare and Medicaid. Yikes. Okay, here we go. Dr. Oz Yes, he's been a member of the World Economic Forum for a very long time. You can even go back to January 26th of 2012, where he was attending said Davos meeting for the World Economic Forum. And yes, there he is, posing with the wonderful witch and spirit cooker, Mariana Abramovic. I can't pronounce your last name. Abramovic. I can't remember. But yeah, the witch. And there he is with her. If you know anything about Dr. Oz, the dude is new age crazy. Everything that he does, he talks about how he's here to heal your mind, body, and spirit, which is all about his new age crazes. He goes head first into faith healings, paranormal treatments, other new age style medicine practices, and whatnot. He's all about dealing with those types of things. Of course, that's why he's hooked up with a witch. Of course, I showed the video before of Marina talking about the shaman dreamers who got together and said Trump is the best thing to happen for them because he's the one that's going to bring in the new order that's coming. So it doesn't surprise me that they're friends right there. Of course, Dr. Oz was a regular on the Oprah Winfrey show and believes the same new age practices and beliefs that Oprah teaches as well. So we got him. We got a new age crazy boy. Oh, he's also pro jabs too. That's always good too. Thought I'd throw that in there. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. Just a heads up. After Dr. Oz, let's see. If you guys didn't know, the House Ethics Committee came out and saying that they were going to block the release of the ethics report on Matt Gaetz. And so he has pulled out of the attorney general position. I talked about Matt Gaetz on the last show about how there's just a mountain of ethics complaints against him. A lot of witnesses that were saying that he was boasting of his pedophilia stuff, traveling and doing things with underage girls and whatnot. And they have decided to keep all that under wraps. Anybody surprised? I'm not. And so he's pulled out. So he's not involved with the Senate anymore because he already resigned from there, and he pulled out of that. This seems like a move where there's too much heat on him, and they had to get him out of there. They've done this a bunch of times before. So Trump then nominated Pam Bondi for Attorney General position. I don't know a whole lot about her. Honestly, just a couple of things that I did pick up on. She's for red flag laws. She's for taking people's guns away before going through due process on that. So that matches with what Trump wants to do when it comes to the Second Amendment. Trump's not pro Second Amendment, guys. Neither is Pam Bondi here. But the other thing that I noticed, and this has been a theme, I made a note of this last time. She is an Israel first pick. She's not an America first pick. She's not a pro-Israel pick. She's an Israel first pick. And so we've seen that a lot with Trump, and that seems to be pointing towards, again, the focus being shifted over to Israel, which, of course, if we go with the Freemason orchestrated plan there, that's where everything's going to start. So I think that's important to pay attention to on that. Other than that, I don't know much about her, so I can't really give any detail on her. Let's see who else we got. Oh yeah. And if you guys still don't think that this is all a giant show, giant theater that's being put on, Trump picked Linda McMahon for the head of the Department of Education. If you guys don't know who that is the wife of Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon and Linda McMahon created the WWF, now known as WWE, which, if you guys don't remember, Trump has appeared on that many times, going out there doing the wrestling thing for fun. Yeah, he chose Linda McMahon. She was a part of his cabinet last time, just not in a very prominent spot. Now she's got a full thing. But what I do find fascinating, if you guys remember, Trump made it a point to say that he was going to abolish the Department of Education. So why is he hiring a head person for it? Could it be, I don't know, a politician lied? But it's Trump. This is 4D chess, right? He's got something up his sleeve. He always does. Either that or it's bad advice. Somehow he's a genius for the good stuff, but somehow it's bad advice for the bad stuff. It's amazing how that works. I wish I could have that job. That'd be great. Anyways. All right, moving on. So that's who he's got for Department of Education. Great pick. Yikes. Okay. That's scratched out because that was the agriculture lady, so that doesn't apply anymore. Okay, here we go. Trump then picked Janette Nesheiwat. Yes, Nesheiwat. Janette Nesheiwat for Surgeon General. Get ready for this one, guys. Here we go. Dr. Janette Nesheiwat. Coof jabs in the future. This is our path out of the pandemic. This was in 2021. Yeah. Says, but fast forward to a year later, I am optimistic. This is written by her, by the way. I am optimistic that we are on our way to ending the needless loss of lives, starting with the nothing short of the miraculous Coof jab and the development of therapeutics. We have many jabs in existence that treat a variety of non-life-threatening diseases, but to have a Coof jab, i.e. Pfizer or Moderna mRNA, that will actually save you from dying is a gift from God. This is our path out of the pandemic. I didn't know it was a gift from God. Wow. Wow. Maybe, is that what it meant when Franklin Graham came out and said Jesus would take the jab? Maybe that's what that meant. Yeah, I took a shot at Franklin Graham. Sue me. Yeah, that's great. She's pro jabs, pro masking, pro mask mandates for both adults and kids. She's for all of that, which is wonderful. She's also pro medical censorship and praised Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. Don't believe me? Check it out.
First of all, vaccines save lives, and I am so excited, and I thank and I commend Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg for taking action, because this affects everyone. This affects our children. It affects adults. I mean, just look at the recent measles outbreak, the biggest outbreak that we've had in decades with measles, and that's no joke. Measles can cause brain inflammation and pneumonia and ear infections and hearing loss and death. So it's about time that they are taking action, and I hope and pray that other social media platforms will follow suit and do the same thing.
Nice. Man, so she's pro censorship as well. Great pick. You know what else she's pro? If that's not enough, yeah, it just keeps on going. It's a gift that keeps on giving. She's pro murder of children too. Yep, she was in opposition of Alabama's, this was back in 2019, opposition of Alabama's anti-abortion bill. She was just saying how horrible it was and how women need choices for their lives. And then also in 2024, June of this year, she's in support of the abortion bill, which of course you guys know that Trump and JD Vance are proud and endorse and are in support of the abortion pill as well, which of course we know is the number one abortion method today. And so she's in favor of that too. So, I mean, just jabs, poof tyranny, censorship, mask mandates for, kids and adults. She's pro-abortion. 40 chess, right? Let's just wait and see. That's what I've been hearing a lot lately. Every time I bring any of this up, it's just, well, let's just wait and see. Question: if Biden picked any of these people, would you just wait and see then? I don't think you would. Don't think you would. Let's keep going. Last but not least on the docket for this one. It's just crazy. Like I said, I couldn't get to all of them, so yeah. Trump picked Lori Chavez-DeRemer for Secretary of Labor. Not a good pick. Not a good pick, Cotton. Let's see where this goes. She's the pro-worker choice for labor. She's not pro-worker. She's pro-union. Says, as a member of Congress, Representative Lori Chavez-DeRemer of Oregon teamed up with Vice President Kamala Harris and teachers' unions bosses to push a proposal that would effectively override state-level reforms to limit the power of public sector unions. She wants unions to have more power over the states and employers themselves. Guys, that is like fascist 101. People like to throw the word fascist around. I get it. But that is fascism 101, the combination of applying private and corporate, private, and government is what this is. And she wants to have unions have more power than states and employers themselves, and of course would answer directly and work with the government. This is how it happens. This is how it works. Let's see here. That might seem like it would make Chavez-DeRemer an unlikely choice for Secretary of Labor. And of course, she's been picked for it. Shocking. Politico reported earlier this week that Chavez-DeRemer was in the mix to run the Labor Department, and she has the backing of some high-profile labor union leaders, including Teamsters President Sean O'Brien, Randy Weingarten, the president of the American Federation of Teachers, tweeted approvingly of Chavez-DeRemer's consideration for the job on Thursday. Go take a look at and see what they support, guys. It's not good. Remember, don't take my word for it. Go out there and check it for yourselves. The outpouring of support for Chavez-DeRemer from labor unions probably reflects her record as one of the most pro-union Republicans in Congress. It's not good. She's one of 3 House Republicans to endorse the Protecting the Right to Organize Act. The PRO Act is just horrific. Go check it out. A grab bag of big labor agenda items that would extend some California's awful independent contractor regulations nationwide. Yes, she wants to abolish independent contractors. She wants them gone. She wants every single employee to be under a union of some type. And there's no independent anything anymore. That's what she wants. And that's what she's been working for. Now she's heading the Labor Department. This is something that Biden and Kamala were trying to do. And now she's with Trump wanting to do the same thing. Just bad advice, though, right? That's what I'll hear. She's one of 3 House Republicans to endorse the Protecting PRO Act. We saw that. She wants to abolish the so-called right to work laws in the 27 states that have passed them and expand the powers of the National Labor Relations Board, among other things. So more governmental power. That's great. I thought Trump was for less government, not more. She's also one of the handful of Republicans to co-sponsor the Public Service Freedom to Negotiate Act, which is best described as a federal power grab that allows public sector labor unions like the AFT to force their will on states that have the limited power of those unions. As Dominican Pino notes at the National Review, the bill would effectively rewrite labor relations laws in roughly half of the states, making many of them Republican-governed, which currently either prohibits collective bargaining by public employees or don't explicitly authorize it. This is just atrocious. So she's pro-union, anti-independent contractors, anti-employer rights, and she wants more power and pro-union. She wants more power for the unions to have over each state. She's also pro-illegal alien amnesty, supporting several acts, including the American Dream and Promise Act, as well as the Dignity Act. So she's pro bringing illegals over with amnesty to take jobs away from Americans. Man, nice pick. I thought the first ones were bad. This is just keeps on going. Just keeps on going. This isn't a one-off or a two-off. This is an entire cabinet of this. All I can say is praise the Lord that God's in control. Praise Jesus that he's in control of everything that's going on. And he has promised to get us out of here before the cow manure hits the proverbial ceiling fan.